from EA Sports. I'm Brad Nessler, and alongside me are Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. The fans have dressed in layers, and we'll see some cold temps for the Maryland Terrapins and the Troy Trojans. Both teams are looking to make a statement in this bowl game. A win here would carry a lot of momentum into the offseason. And here come the Trojans. The Terrapins look ready to come in here and get the upset. Kirk, how do you think this one will play out?
Maryland is going to have a tough time defending this rushing attack and this running back. It's very important that they shut him down and keep the ball out of his hands if they expect to have a chance in this game.
I know everyone has been waiting. It's time for my pick. I gotta go with Troy.
Both teams are lining up for the kickoff. We're just about set to get this one underway. Decent kick. Stanford takes it at the 8. A little juke. Now we'll get to see how this quarterback can do today as he comes out onto the field for the first time. First and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
Maryland comes out in a 3-4. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. Fitch picks up about 7 yards on the run.
Gain on the play.
From their own 32-yard line. It's second and 3. Troy comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Hamilton brings him down for a loss. Nowhere to go on that play, Coach.
Boy, you're absolutely right, Brad. This is a great job by the defense in not giving him any room to create anything.
From their own 31-yard line. 3rd down and 4 coming up on this one. The Troy Trojans come to the line with their jumbo package. He jukes. Brought down at the 42-yard line. What a run on 3rd down.
You know, we're always talking about the importance of converting on 3rd down. If you're going to have any kind of success, you got to be able to keep these drives alive, like they did right there.
They line up at the 42. It's 1st down. Maryland lines up with 5 defensive backs. Weiser tackles him behind the line for a loss on the play. No place to go that time, and the offense loses a yard or 2.
Nice job of plugging up all the gaps and the possible cutback lanes by the defense.
They line up at the 40. So it's 2nd and 12. Smith lines up with 3 receivers on his right. He's looking to pass. Tosses short, and it's caught. Curtis brings him down at the 50-yard line. They threw the tailback that time for a nice little pickup. The defense will try to stop this 3rd down as they were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. Troy sets up in the eye. Smith with the give. Johnson with a takedown at the 42-yard line. So the run goes for another 1st down. And Kirk, they're really having some trouble stopping this kid on this drive.
Well, guys, the offense is just winning the battle up front. Right now, the defense knows the run is coming. They just can't stop it.
From the 42-yard line, it's 1st down. Maryland comes out defensively with 6 defensive backs. Smith hands it left. Mack with the tackle at the 39. Fitch gains around 3 yards on the run. From the 39-yard line.
Ball on the
Second down.
39-yard line.
Troy comes out in the shotgun. Back to pass. And here's a quick throw. Mary brings him down at the 27. The defense looked a little lost on that one, Kirk.
Yeah, they did, Brad. Nice recognition here by the quarterback to see that confusion and then take advantage of it.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line. One-man backfield. First down. Looking to throw. He snags it. They'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A nice completion there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that defense has got to adjust their coverage a little bit. They can't continue to let this happen.
Lee, you're right. They've got to mix it up. Try to confuse the timing of this offense.
It's second down and a yard to go.
On the 18-yard
line. They use 4 linebackers. Smith hands it off. He's taken down at the 16-yard line. Those buffet bashers are doing a heck of a job on this drive.
And by the way they're opening up those holes for the running back, you could say they're eating their defensive line lunch.
First down, 10 yards to go. They're inside the 20. Maryland comes out in a 3-4. Smith on play action. Smith rifles it right. The quarterback threw a pretty ball there for the touchdown.
But don't forget about the catch. The receiver made one heck of a grab, too.
So they're ready for the extra point. And he hits the PAT in the first with more than 11 minutes remaining. The score, Troy 7, Maryland nothing. Troy is ready to kick it away.
Troy State is lined up for the kickoff.
Kicks it off. Adkins has it at the 5. So now we'll get to see the offense come onto the field for their first drive of this game. They'll start this drive at the 26-yard line.
At the 26-yard line. 1st and 10.
Flags are all over the place, and they'll blow it dead.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still
He got confused on the snap count.
Yeah, but that's just lack of concentration.
First down and 15 to go. Ball on their own 21. Hits the tailback, and he's level at the 20-yard line.
This is a heads-up play by the linebacker. He's playing run and had his eyes on the guy carrying the football from the get-go. Good defensive play.
This defense has shown that they're one of the best in the nation.
Teams haven't been able to move the ball well on these guys all year.
Well, they have a great front seven who can overpower blockers and a secondary that provides great support in run and pass. That's what makes a great defense.
Throws to the middle. It falls incomplete. But hold on, we got a penalty on the play. Let's check it out.
holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still second
These
down.
are the calls that drive a coach crazy. Senseless penalties can sometimes be the difference between winning and losing the game.
It's second and long.
Ball on the 10-yard line.
Gray drops to throw. He throws. The senior makes the catch. Good yardage that time on the pass.
The thing that makes this play work is the quarterback. He throws this thing right in there. What an arm this quarterback's got.
From their own 19-yard line.
Ball on
It's
the
third and long.
19-yard line.
They'll bring in their dime package. Graves steps back to pass. He'll dump this one off. Got it to the senior. He looked like he threw that one about as hard as he could.
Well, sometimes you have to. You've got to make sure the defense can't get to it, so you put a little extra zip on the throw, just like he did there.
I'll tell you what, that ball looks like a missile with laces.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
Maryland ready to punt this one away. Brewer awaits the snap. He gets it off. Rivera fields up the 41. Well, I'll tell you guys, the passing game was sure on target during their last drive.
And the quarterback had great protection by his offensive line. When he gets time, he could pick you apart.
The offense will take over at the 48-yard
line. First and 10.
Troy comes out with an I formation. Pitch on the handoff. And down he goes at the 46-yard line.
With the carry.
He gains a couple of yards on the carry. They line up at the 46. Second down. Troy comes out in the shotgun. They'll give it off here. He's tackled at the 46. Not much for the runner as he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Third
the 46-yard line.
Ball on the
third and
46-yard line.
Fitch lines up in the deep back, I formation. Lets it go. The ball is tipped.
He wasn't letting the receiver get to that one.
That's a big play on third down to get a hand in there and break up the pass.
I think the quarterback would like to have that one back.
Fourth and 8.
They come out in a punt formation.
6-yard line.
Moses is back awaiting the punt. Aston punts it, and it doesn't look like he got all of that one.
Personal foul. Kick catching interference on the kicking team. 15 yards on the spot of the foul. First down.
First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the
Ball on the
33-yard
33.
line.
The Terrapins come out in the ace formation. They give to the tailback. Jets that one. He's tackled in the open field. A gain of 8 on the carry. They line up at the 41.
Ball on the
Second and 2 yards to
line.
go. Maryland lines up in a shotgun set. McDonald on the inside handoff. Ware tackles him for a loss on the play. Boy, he is one big guy down there on that defensive line.
Oh, man, the big fella's a hoss. I saw him last night at the hotel, and he had 3 bags of food going up to his room.
Yo, it looks like he's got a big old bag hanging over his belt right now.
Graves is back in the gun. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Throws. And he hits him hard at the 44-yard line.
Did you see what I saw there, Coach?
I don't know. It looked like to me that he just got beaten man-to-man coverage.
He sure did. These guys are going to have to do a better job of locking down their man and preventing passes like that.
First and 10.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
McDonald is a deep back as they line up in the eye. He jukes him. He's taken down at the 41-yard line. McDonald gains around 3 yards on the run, so that'll make it second down. From the 41-yard line.
Ball on the
Second down,
41-yard
7
line.
yards to go. The Terps go with the I formation. Graves, hands off. Bouncing off the would-be tackler. Tackle made at the 36. McDonald comes away with 5 yards on the carry. That'll make it third down. This defense faces another third down.
36-yard line.
The Terrapins come out in the ace formation. Graves still has it. He tosses it short. And he is drilled at the 32.
He got it, but it wasn't by much, Coach.
Hey, the receiver ran a good route, the quarterback threw it, and he got the first down. Plain and simple.
We've got a 1st and 10.
Ball on the
Ball on the 32-yard line. Graves on 1st down. Lets it fly. He breaks free. Johnson tackles him at the 18. And they're building some great momentum on this drive, guys.
That's right, Brad. That was a crisp pass by the quarterback, and they're looking pretty good moving the ball right now.
This offense has done an unbelievable job getting points once they enter the red zone.
That's right. These guys get it done better than almost anybody in the country.
The defense is playing the pass on this one. 3 yards there on the play. From the 15-yard line. 2nd down. McDonald lines up in the deep back. I formation. Gives it up the gut. He's taken down at the 12. That's a 3-yard pickup. They've been 2 for 2 on 3rd downs in this drive, and they'll try to convert again here. The offense lines up with 3 wide receivers. Drops back to pass. He lets it go. Touchdown, Terps. Guys, the coaches have got to be happy with that one.
Yeah, you know they are. Anytime a play works to perfection like that one did, you know they're smiling.
Just watching this receiver and quarterback play together is a treat. They're a great combo.
Will be tied with the extra point. And he adds the extra point. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Maryland gets set to kick this one away. And this one's away. Stanford fields it at the 9. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll get the ball here at the 22. Troy sets up in the I. Reyes tackles him for a loss on the play. He didn't get much on that play at all.
Brad, the defense had that play read and sealed it off from the get-go.
So it's 2nd and 12. Fitch is the deep back as they line up in the I. He'll keep it on the ground again. Curtis brings him down at the 28. Fitch gets 8 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down. From their own 28-yard line, it's 3rd and 4. The Troy Trojans are lining up with 3 receivers. It goes straight to the back. Hill tackles him behind the line for a loss on the play. Didn't have the ball long there.
Having ball control is important in football, and 3 and out is what you want to avoid for sure.
4th and 5.
The Troy
Ball on the
Trojans line up the
27-yard
punt.
line.
Simmons is back deep to return. Punts the ball away. Signals for a fair catch. Thanks to some nice
32-yard
passing
line.
on the last drive, the offense was able to take it down the field for 6.
And great play calling to help make that an easy drive. The question is, can they do it
The Maryland
again?
Terrapins will
They'll go
start
to work
the drive
at the 41.
at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10.
They'll throw on 1st down. He lets it fly. Incomplete. He sailed that one high.
That's not a bad incompletion because he saw the blitz coming and just got rid of the ball to avoid losing yardage.
Second down.
Ball on the 41-yard line.
McDonald alone in the backfield. Gray drops back to pass. Gray passes. Sanders with the tackle at the 49-yard line. Nice gain on the play.
The ball was thrown perfectly. Good precision there.
Third
From their
and
own
2.
49-yard
Ball
line.
on the 49-yard
It's
line.
3rd down. Maryland comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Johnson with a takedown at the 49. Not much on that play, and they'll be short of the 1st.
I think the offense thought they'd be able to get past this defense, but they were wrong.
Fourth and inches.
The Terrapins
Ball
are
on
lining up to punt it
49-yard
away.
line.
It's a high kick, and it holds up there. Calls for the fair catch. Not a whole lot of success their last time out.
Not at all. This offense has to do a better job of staying on the field and giving their defense a chance to catch their breath.
They line up at the 17. 1st down. The Troy Trojans line up with 4 wideouts. Smith drops back on 1st down. His receiver has it. Johnson tackles him at the 29. The wideout made a good-looking grab there.
You're right, and the quarterback threw it as soon as he saw he had that extra step.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 29-yard line. The Terps come out in a 34 defense. Surveys the field. He throws it, and this one's going to get intercepted. They'll bring him down at the 6. He just jumped up and snatched that ball.
Well, there, I don't think the quarterback even saw him. The defender went up into the air and made a great catch.
They'll
First
take
and
over
goal.
at the 6-yard
They're
line.
threatening inside
First
the
and
20.
goal.
McDonald lines up in a deep back, I formation. McDonald up the gut. Bryant brings him down for a loss. They came with a blitz that time and got to the tailback for the loss. Have a look at our Old Spice red zone numbers. Red zone, when performance matters most. Troy lines up in a dime defense here. Gray with the give. Little shake and bake move. Tackle at the 5-yard line. McDonald gets 3 yards on the carry, so that'll make it 3rd down. This is from the 5-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Maryland comes out in the shotgun. Gray with a nice play fake. Goes to the end zone. He came down with it. Touchdown. That was a well-drawn-up play for the wideout.
They saw something upstairs. It led to a touchdown. You can thank the play calling there. Very impressive.
And they line up for the point after. And he hits the PAT. Less than 2 to go in our first quarter of play. The score, Maryland 14, Troy 7. Looks ready to kick this one off. Decent kick. Stanford takes from the 10. The offense comes out to start this drive, and they're hoping for a better result as they threw a pick on their last possession.
The Troy State Trojans will start the drive at the 24-yard line. First and 10.
They'll work from the shotgun. He passes it. It's tipped.
That's just good defense right there, Coach.
It was, Kirk, but you know what? It's all reaction. Anytime you're out there on defense and the pass is within arm's length away, you knock it down.
They line up at the 24. So it's second and 10. Troy sets up with 4 receivers. On the ground with the tailback. Jefferson brings him down for a loss. Just nowhere for the ball carrier to go as the linebacker met him in the backfield.
Boy, what great play recognition by this linebacker. He saw the run was coming, and he just shot through the gap and made a great tackle.
Third down, 12 yards to go. The Terps line up with 6 defensive backs. Smith steps back to pass. Catches it. Tackle made at the 39. They convert on 3rd and long, guys.
Well, the offense coming through in a big way that time. How about the timing on that route, Coach?
Yeah, Kirk, the quarterback was able to throw to a spot, and the receiver was there to catch it for a 1st and 10. Nice play.
The Terrapins bring in the nickel package. Smith drops back. He delivers. And it's caught. And they make the stop at the 50-yard line. How about that pass, fellas?
Well, Brad, the defense was coming with the blitz, and that opened some room for these guys to get open.
Yeah, and if you're coming with the blitz, you better get to this quarterback. Otherwise, he'll make you pay.
It's 1st and 10. Smith lines up in the shotgun. Smith set to go to the air. He catches another. And he's tackled in the open field. A little laundry on the field, and we'll find out whose it is.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still
He didn't even try to hide it there. That was a blatant holding call.
They'll call that every time.
First and long. Troy comes out with an I formation. Smith throws it out there. Catches it. He's pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Our cameraman didn't even know who had the ball.
I'm pretty sure the defense didn't either. The halfback did a heck of a job faking like he was running with the ball. They were about to tackle him.
2nd and 12.
It's second down and 12.
48-yard line.
Ball on their own 48. The offense lines up with 3 wide receivers. It's complete. Manaki with a takedown at the 47-yard line. How about that play?
That's a good pickup there. He just dropped back and delivered a nice throw.
From the 47-yard line.
Ball on the
It's 3rd down and 7 to
line.
go. The defense sets up in the dime. He steps up, looking, He's looking for his man, and they got some pressure on him that time.
Yeah, and what that does is mess up the timing of the offense, causing the incompletion.
4th and 7.
So they're set to punt this one away. Moses will be the return man. Aston punts it, and it doesn't look like he got all of that one. Moses signals for a fair catch. Let's see if this defense has trouble defending the pass again here.
If they do, my friend, look out. They're going to give up another touchdown in a hurry.
This drive will start at the 17-yard line.
At the 17-yard line. 1st and 10.
McDonald gets a carry right side. He breaks it. Johnson brings him down at the 18. We've played a quarter, and our score, Maryland 14, Troy 7. We've got 2nd and 9 here.
Ball on their own 18. Line.
The Terps come out showing 3 wide. Play action. Graves with a bullet. Incomplete pass. The wide receiver wasn't able to hang on.
Well, you talk about a solid hit. This guy is a true enforcer.
From their own 18-yard line.
Ball on the
3rd and 9.
18-yard line.
The defense lines up in a dime. Looks to pass. Steps up. He'll dump this one off. He snags it. Stanford with the tackle at the 25. Nice stop by the defense.
Well, they let him catch it, but they were not going to let him get that first down.
4th and 2.
Maryland lining up the punt. Rivera is back to receive. He gets it off. Rivera takes it at the 33. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the coach gave his offense quite a speech before he sent them out there.
And let's not forget, they had some things clicking the last time out. He's probably just reminding them to finish the job this time.
1st down. They use 4 linebackers. Smith drops to throw. It's complete. He's tackled at the 44. And a nice pass to the tight end.
Yeah, this is what I like. Move the ball down the field. Use that nice and steady intermediate passing game.
Second and 1.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
Defense lines up in a 3-4. Schmidt back to throw. He's in trouble. And they got him. Third down and 6 yards to go.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
The Troy Trojans have 3 receivers bunched. Drops back to pass. He steps up. Smith unloads. Rivera was the intended target on the play. That'll make it 4th down, and they're going to have to punt.
Fourth and 6.
The punt team is on the field looking to kick this one away. Simmons is back deep to return the punt. Punts the ball away. Simmons takes it to 33. Well, the offense couldn't get anything going on their last drive. Let's see if they can do a little bit better here.
They'll
First
take over
down
at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10.
The Terps line up with a single set backfield. He's going to try to throw. Backward pass at the fumble. From their own 23-yard line. Second down. Troy comes out defensively with 6 defensive backs. Graves dropped to throw. Looking. Graves with a bullet. And it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver on that pass. That'll make it 3rd down. They line up at the 23. 3rd down and a couple miles here. They'll work from the shotgun. He steps up. He throws it. It's deflected. I don't really know what this one's for. Let's find out.
Holding on the offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Fourth and long.
Maryland
Ball
lining up
on
the punt.
23-yard line.
Rivera is back deep to return. He gets it off. Rivera fields it at the 42. The defense really shut these guys down the last time they had the ball.
The offense looked a bit out of sync on that last possession, Coach.
And it was the defense that threw them out of sync, Kirk. Those guys are fired up. Let's see if they can hold them again.
They'll go to work at the 46-yard line. The Terps come out in a 34 defense. Throws it. Someone got a hand on it. Coach, you made a nice defensive play there.
He sure did. He just stuck his hand out and hit the football.
So that'll make it 2nd down. Second down and 10 to go.
Ball on the
Ball on the
46.
46. Troy in a 4-wide set. Smith steps back to pass. Throws to the middle. Oh, great catch. To the 20. To the 10. Touchdown, Trojans. The wide receiver flew down the field on a touchdown connection.
But he has the speed to stretch the defense, and his hands are getting better every single game.
The extra point to tie this game up. And he tacks on the extra point. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. Pittman
State
ready to
is
kick.
lined up for the kickoff.
And it's a short kickoff. Simmons fields it at the 11. Sheds one tackler. The defense did a nice job of shutting down this offense the last time they had the ball.
The offense was not clicking at all. Let's see if they're back on the same page.
Here are the offensive production stats, brought to you today by Coca-Cola. Maryland sets up with 4 receivers. Graves drops back to pass. He throws. And it's caught. Tackle at the 38.
You know, it's really easy to overlook those guys on the line.
Yeah, the defense came after them, and those linemen held them long enough for the quarterback to throw for a 1st down.
First and 10. Ball on the 38.
38-yard line.
Graves is back in the gun. Throws. Off his hands and incomplete. Biggers was the intended target on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down. They line up at the 38.
Ball
So
on
it's
the
2nd and 10.
38-yard line.
Graves lines up in the shotgun. He lets it go. It's complete. He gets hit out of bounds at the 44. Penalty marker down in the backfield. Might be a holding call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Man, that was close. It looked like his momentum just carried him to the quarterback.
That was definitely a late hit. He could have easily got out of the way. Instead, he just ran right through him.
First and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line. Maryland lines up with 3 receivers. Graves with the give. And he's taken down at the 38. 3-yard gain by the running back. It's second and 7.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
Maryland comes out with an I formation. They'll give it off here. And he's tackled at the 24. They pick up another first, guys.
Great job here converting and keeping this defense on the field. They're getting very tired.
They line up at the 24.
Ball on the 24.
It's first down. Maryland sets up in the I. Great move. He's taken down at the 18-yard line. A nice 6-yard gain by the tailback there. The pressure turns up when in the red zone, and that's when you turn to Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters most. Their last red zone trip resulted in a touchdown. I don't expect this one to be any different. McDonald gets the call. The halfback couldn't get any running room.
And that was because the defense had called a blitz just at the right time. They went right through the offensive line and nailed him for a loss.
3rd and 5. Gray steps back to pass. Throwing left. He came down with it. Touchdown. And he just hauled in his 2nd touchdown catch of the day.
The defense needs to put somebody on this guy before he does some serious damage.
Getting pressure on the quarterback is also key. You can't let this guy play pitch and catch with his receivers all day.
So the kicking team will line up for the point after. And he hits the PAT. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Maryland to kick this one off.
Is lined up for the kickoff.
Kicks it away. Stanford takes it from the 6. Bounces off a would-be tackler. So they beat this defense up through the air on their last drive. Let's see if they can replicate that performance this time around. Here's a look at the offensive production statistics, brought to you by Coke. The Troy Trojans come out in the ace formation. Surveys the field. He'll dump this one off. Johnson tackles him at the 28. He ran a good route there and was able to pick up yards underneath the coverage.
It's okay to move the ball in small portions because it relaxes the offense and can open things up for the big play.
It's second down and 6 to go. Ball on the
28-yard line.
Defense lines up in a 3-4. Flags are all over the place, and they'll blow it dead.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still
He just flinched.
Brad, one of the most frustrating penalties is a false start because they are the easiest penalties to avoid. It just takes some focus.
2nd and 11 coming up. Ball on the 23-yard line. with a takedown at the 26-yard line.
On the run.
The back gets 3 on the carry.
Gain on the play.
Third and 8. Ball on their own 26-yard
line.
Maryland brings in their nickel package. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Lets it fly. Tackle made at the 44.
This is a simple case of finding the hole in the zone. The quarterback did a good job of recognizing the coverage and then found his man.
Yep, give the receiver some credit too. He got open, then made a nice catch for the first down.
First down.
First and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Troy comes out with an I formation. He unloads it. Caught. Tackle. At the 48-yard line. Nice little pattern there.
Yeah, he had great position there, and that ball was thrown in the right spot.
Second down and 6.
Ball
right around midfield.
line.
Troy lines up in a shotgun set. Smith hasn't missed yet. Looks. He passes it. Again, it's complete. They pick up solid yardage there.
Yeah, nice little pitch and catch there. The wideout was able to find a little open space in the defense, and the quarterback was able to get him the ball for a good pickup.
First down. Single set backfield. Fitch gets another carry. Brought down at the 29-yard line. So with that run, they pick up another first.
It's a nice job again up front by the offensive line. They're doing a good job of neutralizing the defensive front, and it's allowed them to move the ball down the field.
First down.
First and 10.
Fitch alone in the backfield. They'll bring him down at the 29. He got back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more.
On the play.
They line up at the 29.
Ball on the
It's second and 10.
line.
The Troy Trojans go with the I formation, setting up the play action. Lets it go. Menaki tackles him for a loss on the play. They lose 3 yards there. This defense faces another third
Ball
down.
on the 32-yard line.
The Troy Trojans line up in an I formation. They'll throw again. Defense hasn't stopped them yet. Catches it. Moses with the tackle at the 22-yard line. He made the catch, and they're still going to be short.
Hey, if you would have gotten some yards on first and second down, you wouldn't have needed so many on third down.
So the kicking team is on the field. They'll try for 3. The kick will be about a 39 or 40-yarder. It's up. And the field goal is good. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Troy ready to kick this one off. Decent kick. Simmons takes it at the 8. The offense with a lot of success through the air on that last drive as they moved it down the field for the touchdown. They'll get the ball here at the 28.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
Maryland goes with the ace set here. Graves back to pass. Throw short. Caught. Tackle at the 32-yard line. So they execute, move closer to the sticks.
Completing those short passes is the key. because it lulls the defense to sleep a little bit. Then you can launch one big one downfield for a big gain.
It's 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 32-yard line.
Here's the give. What a collision. The fullback gains about 4 yards there. They line up at the 36.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
And everyone in the stadium knows who should get the ball in short yardage situations. McDonald takes the give. Breaks one. He's got an opening at the 40. To the 20. To the 10. And he's all the way in for the touchdown.
This guy's had a great season, fellas. This is a very good run to get it into the end zone.
Hey, that's his 10th touchdown of the season.
That doesn't surprise me, Coach. This kid's been in the end zone every single week.
They're setting up for the PAT. And he hits the PAT. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. Maryland to kick.
Maryland is lined up for the kickoff.
He sends it off. Rivera takes it at the 4. And now we'll see the offense come out onto the field for their next possession.
The
They'll
Tri-State
start at the
Trojans
21-yard
will start
line.
the drive at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10.
Troy lines up with 3 receivers. Smith set to go to the air. Lets it fly. What concentration. That catch gives him 60 receptions on the season, guys.
I'm surprised that he doesn't have more than that. It seems like this kid is always open.
He's one of the most productive receivers, not just on this team, but in the conference as well.
From their own 29-yard line.
On the 29-yard
Second down.
line.
Troy comes out in the shotgun. They snap it to the back. They'll bring him down for a loss on the play. And that was not a good call offensively.
Nah, not a good call, only because they lost yardage. I'll tell you, I've seen plays like this where the tailback breaks one and goes for a touchdown.
You're right, Lee. You can never tell.
It's third down.
3. Ball on the 28-yard line.
Maryland lines up defensively at the 3-4. And they got him for a loss. Good effort by the linebacker to come up and make the play.
Fourth and 5.
The Troy Trojans
Ball on the
are lining up to punt it
26-yard
away.
line.
Simmons is back awaiting the punt. Punts the ball away. Simmons takes it at the 45. And last drive resulted in a touchdown, mainly because of the running game.
And with that success running the football, I'm looking for play action then right over the top for 6.
So they'll start this drive at midfield.
1st and 10.
Graves is back in the gun, stepping up. Graves throws. He got it! And he's all the way in for the touchdown. Well, it's only the first half, and already this receiver's got 3 touchdown catches.
Let me tell you something. This guy has all the makings of a star. Great hands, very athletic.
And don't forget, Coach, he also has speed. Can't coach speed.
They'll line up for the point after. He makes the PAT. So with just under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter, the score, Maryland 35, Troy 17. Maryland is lining up to kick this one off.
Maryland is lined up for the kickoff.
Here's the kick. Rivera fields it at the 3. Not a very good series for this offense on their last drive as they were forced into a 3 and out.
Boy, oh boy, they had nothing going last time.
Yeah, maybe, Scooter, you need to get out there and show them what you're made of.
Somebody get me a helmet quickly.
Let's take a look at the offensive production numbers brought to you by Coke. Troy lines up in a bunch formation. They try to get a head start there.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Live, these are frustrating penalties, Coach.
You need to discipline these players. Otherwise, they keep making stupid penalties.
Your players probably never committed any penalties, right?
Oh, yes, they did. But they paid the consequences.
There's a missed tackle. Spins upfield. Johnson tackles him at the 30-yard line. With
Pretty nice run there by the halfback.
Yeah, he wasn't phased at all by the blitz. He just found the hole and picked up some good yardage.
Second down.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
Troy comes out in the shotgun. Smith with a nice play fake with the throw. Reyes brings him down at the 33-yard line. Johnson picks him up about 3 yards with the catch.
I like the call to go with a pass play in short yardage situation.
They line up at the 33. First down.
1st and 10.
The defense lines up in a dime. Throw short. Complete. Brought down in the open field. 4 yards on that play. It's second down. 6 yards to go.
Ball on the 37-yard
Ball on the
line.
37-yard line. Defense lines up in a 3-4. Broke away from one. Brought down at the 42.
26.
5-yard pickup for the tailback.
5-yard gain on the play. Third
down and a yard.
Ball on the
Ball on the
42-yard
42.
line.
The Terrapins line up in a 3-4. Shakes off a tackle. He's tackled at the 49. So they convert. That'll be a first down.
The defense had a chance here to bring the ball carrier down in the backfield, but he just slipped out of it and picked up the first down.
Boy, that kid is slippery. He's tough to bring down.
First down. They use 4 linebackers. Throws it out there, and it falls incomplete.
Not much you could do there, Coach.
Nope, not much at all. It's not easy hanging on to the football when there's another guy coming at you. Those are going to be drops more times than not.
Second down.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
The Troy Trojans with 4 receivers. He jukes. They'll bring him down at the 47. 4-yard gain by the back.
Gain of 4 on the play.
The offense faces another third down as they line it up. They line up in an I. Here comes the pressure. Moses with the interception. Shelton with the tackle at the 49-yard line. He tried to force that one in there.
Yep. and the safety made him pay for it. Great job of watching the quarterback's eyes and even a better catch.
They'll take over at the 49-yard line. First and 10.
Maryland in a 4-wide set. Let's see, do one of the linemen move first?
Offsides on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still
Well, the
first
offense
down.
is helped out by that defensive penalty.
You bet they are. That's an easy way to pick up yards.
First down and 5 to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. Gray hands it off straight ahead. Johnson with a takedown at the 40. And this back just hit the century mark with that run.
Man, he's getting the job done today. It's only the first half, and his rushing yards is already in 3 digits.
He's been unstoppable so far, Coach. What do you think this defense can do to try to slow this guy down?
They have to throw 8 or 9
line.
in the box. It will leave some passing lanes open, but they have to do that to stop this rushing attack.
Gray looking to throw on first down. And this one falls incomplete. The tailback, the intended target.
Well, here the quarterback put just a little bit too much on the ball and overthrew him.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 40-yard line. The Terps come out in the ace formation. Gray hands it off. Collier with the tackle at the 34-yard line. McDonald gets 6 yards on the play. Here's third down, 4 yards to go.
34-yard line.
The Terrapins go with the I formation. The cavalry's coming. They get to the quarterback and end that play before it even got started.
This young man didn't even have a chance to make something happen. It's tough to find your receivers when the defense is in your face like that.
Fourth and 10.
So they're set to punt this
Ball
one away.
on the 40-yard line.
Lewis will be the return man. It's a high kick, and it holds up there. Calls for the fair catch. Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive. First down, 10 to go. Ball on their own 9. Maryland going with a 3-man front. Fitch gets the carry, tries to juke, and they make the stop at the 13-yard line. He carries the ball for 3, maybe 4 yards.
On the play.
Second down and 6.
Ball on the 13-yard line.
Troy sets up with 4 receivers. He drops back, looks, across the middle. The senior makes the catch. That one worked pretty well.
And it's a good job here by the wide receiver to get open. He created good separation from the defense.
First and 10. Ball on the 23.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
4 wide. As they head to the locker room, it's been a one-sided affair. The score, Maryland 35, Troy 17.
The
Troy
Tri-State
to kick.
Trojans will
Simmons
be kicking off to start
and
the second
Atkins
half.
back to return. He sends it off. Atkins fields it at the 3. At the 30. At the 40. Across midfield. At the 40. At the 30. To the 20. To the 10. He returns it all the way to score. And they give up the touchdown.
I'd hate to be going to the sideline and have to face my teammates and the coach after giving up a touchdown like that.
They're setting up for the PAT. And he hits the PAT. Maryland kick this one
is
off.
lined up for the kickoff.
He kicks it off. Rivera fields it at the 7. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession.
They'll
The
take
offense
over
will start
at the
at the
27-yard
27.
line. First and 10.
Ace backfield. He's looking to pass. He lets it go. Got his man on the run. And that tackle's going to save him 6. The quarterback just rifled that one in there for a good game.
Boy, he's throwing the football with some pop, isn't he, Coach?
Hey, if he's not careful, he's going to break his receiver's fingers.
First down, 10 to go. Single set backfield. Fitch up the gut. Gets past the tackler. He's still going. Mark with a takedown at the 43-yard line. That was a pretty good run.
Incredible effort there running the football by this guy.
First and 10. Smith comes to the line with 3 wide. Reyes tackles him at the 41. They line up at the 41. It's second down and 8. Smith with 3 wide receivers. Johnson gets the carry. Mack tackles him for a loss on the play. The big fella couldn't get any momentum going.
It's tough to get this guy down in the backfield. He's always falling forward. But on that one, they hit him before he could get his weight going forward.
Here's third and 9.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Troy sets up in the eye. Smith drops back to pass. He's looking down the middle. Incomplete pass.
Fourth and 9.
The punt team is on the field looking to kick this one away. Aston is waiting for the snap. And here's the... wait a minute, the upback's got it.
Nobody was fighting on that one. They were all over it, Kirk.
That shows how well coached these guys are, and they did their work in watching the film. They knew there was a chance they'd go for it in that situation, and when they did,
The
it didn't go anywhere.
Terrapins will start the
We've got a
drive
first
at
and
the
10.
49-yard
Ball on
line.
their own 49.
First and 10.
The Terrapins line up in an I formation. Graves looking to throw on first down. Throws. They can't connect. Incomplete. Looks like someone was called for holding.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first
Nothing
down.
gets under a coach's skin more than a penalty like that.
Believe me, I know any time a player on my team committed a penalty, they were running stadium steps the next day.
First and long. Ball on the 39.
39-yard line.
Looking. He throws right. He goes up. Picked off. Great catch by the linebacker, but not a smart throw from the quarterback.
Didn't look like the quarterback even saw the linebacker hanging in that area. It pays to be in the right spot at the right time.
They'll
Good
take
field
over
position
at the
here.
43-yard
They'll start
line.
this drive
First
inside
and
their
10.
opponent's territory. Going with the shotgun here. Wants to throw outside. Finds his receiver. He's tackled at the 23-yard line. Looked like the linebackers bid on that play fake.
I didn't even know the quarterback had the ball. That's worth a yoke.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line. Troy comes out with an I formation. Pitch takes it up the middle. Jubu, he's taken down at the 16. About 7 yards on that carry.
7-yard gain on the play.
The pressure turns up when in the red zone, and that's when you turn to Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters most. The last time they were in the red zone, they got a touchdown out of it. Williams brings him down for a loss. They line up at the 17. It's third down. Maryland lines up defensively in a 3-4. Smith steps back to pass. Caught, and he's tackled right away. Manson probably just has a stinger here. We'll keep you updated on his status.
Well, the coaches told us that this is a kid who will play through anything. I'm sure we'll see him back in there today.
They're in the red
First and
zone. 5 DBs on the field. A little juke. Gets past the tackler. And down he goes at the 1-yard line. They pick up another first, guys.
Great job here converting and keeping this defense on the field. They're getting very tired.
First down and goal to go. We'll see what they can do in the red zone. I formation looking for 6. Play fake. Surveys the field. He delivers. Touchdown, Troy. That was his 3rd touchdown of the day.
Well, the quarterback's going to get a lot of credit, but I think the thing that has helped him the most back there is protection by the offensive line. He has had plenty of time to make decisions back there in the pocket.
And those decisions he's been making are the right ones too, my friend.
Here's the try for the extra point. He makes the PAT. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Troy to kick.
Troy State is lined up for the kickoff.
Kicks off. Simmons from his own end zone. He jukes it.
Great job by the defense last time forcing the pick. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few runs here by the offense to start things off.
Here's a look at the offensive production statistics, brought to you by Coke. The Terrapins line up with a single set backfield. On the ground with the tailback. Carlson with a takedown at the 21-yard line. McDonald comes away with 2 yards on the carry. Second and 8. Ball on the 21. Maryland lines up in a shotgun set. McDonald gets it on the counter. Missed tackle. Brought down at the 28-yard line. McDonald gets 7 yards on the play. Third down, a yard to go.
On the 28-yard line.
The Terps line up in an I formation. Throwing left. Got it to his receiver. At the 40, at the 30, to the 20, to the 10. And he's got the touchdown. And for that young man, it's touchdown catch number 2.
Hey, this guy's really stepped up for his football team today.
Well, it's obvious the coach wanted to get him involved in the game plan. It looks like it was a pretty smart move, too.
And they line up for the point after. And he tacks on the extra point. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Maryland is ready to kick it away. He sends it off. Rivera takes it at the 4, makes a move. Not a lot of trouble scoring the last time they had the ball. Let's see if that passing game does the trick again. Here are the offensive production stats, brought to you today by Coca-Cola. Troy comes to the line with 3 wide. Tackle made at the 27-yard line. Second down.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
Ace backfield. Nice move. And he hits him hard at the 28-yard line.
On the
Finch picks up a yard on the play.
Gain on the play.
They line up at the 28. It's third down and 8 to go. The Troy Trojans line up with 4 wideouts. He's going right. Hill with the tackle at the 35. The defense didn't stop the pass, but they stopped him short of the sticks.
And that's the important thing here. Allow him to make the catch, but make sure you tackle him before he gets to the first down marker.
4th and 1. Troy ready to punt this one away. Simmons back deep to return. He gets it off. Simmons takes it to the 32. Guys, their last possession, they really had good success passing the ball.
Hey, if they ask me, I'd air it out some more.
Lee, I agree. Make them show you that they can stop it before you change things up.
They'll go to work at the 34-yard line.
Drive at the 34-yard line. First and 10.
They line up in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Graves throws. It's complete. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 3 yards there on the play. They line up at the 37.
Ball on
Second
the
and 7.
37-yard line.
Graves with the give. They'll bring him down at the 43-yard line. McDonald gains around 6 yards on the run. That'll bring up third down.
Third
From
and
their
one.
own 43-yard line.
43-yard
It's third down. Single set backfield. He'll get it again. Tries to juke. Sanders brings him down at the 49-yard line.
That line came off the ball and just kept their feet moving and knocked them back.
Good blocks and great running by the ball carrier also.
First and 10. The Terrapins line up with a single set backfield. Steps up in the pocket. Lets it fly. The ball is tipped. Adkins was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. It's second down. Graves lines up in the shotgun. Hands it to the back. And he's level at the 49. That was well defended by this defense.
Hey, that linebacker made a nice play. But what about all those big guys up front on the defensive line? They're good too, boy.
Well, they created the play this time, Coach. The offensive line is so concerned with their penetrating abilities that these linebackers are able to roam free and make plays like that.
The defense is looking for the pass as they bring out their dime package. Fires a bullet over the middle. Wiley with the tackle at the 34-yard line. And that reception put him over 100 yards on the day.
Well, this guy is such a big part of this offense. If he doesn't get his numbers, they usually don't have much success moving the football.
And that's why he's so valuable to this football team, Kirk. He's a big-time college football player.
First down.
34-yard line.
5 DBs on the field. Paper brings him down at the 32. A 2-yard run by the halfback. Second down, 8 yards to go. Ball on the 32-yard line. Graves lines up with 4 wideouts. McDonald, the ball carrier. Jets backward. He's taken down at the 27-yard line. McDonald gains about 5 yards on the run, so that'll make it third down. They've looked good so far on third down this drive. Let's see what happens here. The Terps come to the line with their jumbo package. Third and short, and they hand it off. Webb with a takedown at the 26-yard line. He'll be stopped just short of a first down.
Oh, so close yet so far away. I thought he had it.
Fourth down, and the kicking team's on to try this 43-yard field goal. This is to add to an already impressive lead. The kick is up, and he's got it. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. They line up to kick this one away. Decent kick. Stanford has it at the 5.
You guys remember what this offense did the last time they had the ball?
Did they have the ball before?
Exactly. It was 3 and out so fast they had to ask for slow-mo replay to recap it.
Here's the offensive production statistics, sponsored by Coca-Cola. The Troy Trojans come out in the ace formation. Can't wrap him up. Curtis with the tackle at the 32. And the tailback picks up great yardage on the run.
How many times did we see him run that play in practice this week?
1,000 times. And it was just as successful then as it is right now.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 32-yard line. Single set backfield. Fitch on the run. And they make the stop at the 36-yard line. He picks up 4 yards on the carry.
4 on the play.
Second and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 36-yard line. The Troy Trojans have 3 receivers bunched. Smith on play action. He lets it go. Complete. Oh, what a hit. Maybe a yard on that completion. From their own 37-yard line.
Ball on the
3rd-5 situation. Maryland lines up with 5 defensive backs. Smith steps back to pass. He throws it, and it's caught. There's a very impressive open field tackle. Oh, man, he doesn't get the first. Great play by the defense.
Incredible. They saw that coming a mile away.
I think you got to give your quarterback a little bit more time, especially on 3rd down.
4th and 4.
The Troy Trojans line up to punt. Aston awaits the snap. He gets it away. Simmons takes it at the 32. 3 points was the result of their last drive as the offense heads out for another. They'll set up shop at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line. 1st and 10.
The Terps line up with a single set backfield. Gray hands it off, makes a move. They'll bring him down at the 47. The halfback gets the call and picks up 5. It's 2nd down and 5 to go. Ball on their own 47. Gray gives it left. Tackle made at the 50. McDonald gains around 3 yards on the run. Third down and 2.
Ball on the 50-yard line.
They're crowding that line of scrimmage. Gray still has it, and they couldn't hook up on that one. He let that one go before the defense got to him, and it fell incomplete.
Sometimes if you can safely get rid of the ball, it's your best option.
4th and 2.
Looks like they're going to put it away here.
50-yard line.
Sanders will be the return man. Plenty of hang time on this one. And he muffed it. Coach, I think he just took his eyes off that one.
Oh, yeah. You just can't do things like that.
It's 1st down.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
Single set backfield. McDonald on the inside handoff. He jukes him, and he's taken down at the 23-yard line. The running back gives them 6 on the ground. Second down.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
They're in the eye. The defense jumped, but I think a lineman moved first.
All sides, on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
So they'll move him back after the penalty.
I bet that one has the fans steaming.
Well, that wasn't a very bright play by that young man. You can bet that the fans aren't the only ones unhappy. His coaches don't look too happy either.
And we take a quick look at the stats from within the red zone, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters most. He jukes. Ware brings him down at the 14-yard line. McDonald gains about 4 yards on the play. Second and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 14.
14-yard line.
Maryland lines up in a goal line set. McDonald gets another handoff. He's in, another touchdown. The defense hasn't had much luck keeping this kid out of the end zone today.
He's a good back, Brad. That's why he's playing Division I football. And he's had this kind of success against almost everyone he's played against.
They'll line up for the extra point. He makes the PAT. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Looks like they're ready for the kick.
kickoff.
And this one's a short kick. Stanford takes it at the 14, tries to juke. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. Here's a look at the offensive production statistics, brought to you by Coke. They use 4 linebackers. A little juke. Oh, he got tattooed on that one. Gains about 2 yards on the run. That'll make it second down. They line up at the 30. Second down. The Troy Trojans go with the I formation. Fitch on the run. Pickup of a yard for the tailback.
1 yard gain on the play. Third and
down.
7.
Maryland comes out defensively with 6 defensive backs. Back to pass. Steps up. And he tackles him hard at the 26-yard line. And that'll get this defense fired up.
The offensive lineman had his feet too close together. As an offensive lineman, you got to spread your feet and have a nice base.
Fourth and 12.
Troy ready to put this one away.
26-yard line.
Simmons is back deep to return. Punts the ball away. Signals for a fair catch. Their last drive ended with a touchdown. See what happens on this possession.
They'll
start
take
this
over
drive at the 38-yard line.
First and 10.
The Terps line up in an I formation. Graves with a nice play fake. And he has room to rumble. Knocked out of bounds at the 41. The defense is all over that pass.
Like glue. I'm telling you, this defense is tough.
From their own 41-yard line. Second down, 7 yards to go. The defense is looking for the pass as they bring out their dime package. He passes it, and this one falls incomplete. Adkins was the intended target on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down. They line up at the 41. It's 3rd down and 7 to go. The Terrapins are lining up with 3 receivers. Throws it to the outside.
Good job there by the defense to get a hand on it.
It was, Kurt, but when you're going out for a pass and the ball is in the air, you need to go after it and come down with it. You just can't watch the defender bat it down.
4th and 7. Ball on the 41-yard line.
Lining up to punt. Rivera is back deep to return the punt. Punts the ball away. Rivera takes it at the 23. The offense gets ready to start a new drive because they just couldn't get anything going on their last possession, going 3 and out. This drive will start at the 26-yard line. Smith is back in the gun. He's taken down at the 34-yard line. Nice job by the running back, and that'll give him 7, maybe 8 yards. We've got a 2nd and 2. Ball on their own 34. They come out in a nickel. Smith back to throw. He steps up, slips it short. He got hit hard. It's complete for about 4 yards and a 1st down.
Nothing special here. Quick pass and a good catch, but it keeps the chains moving.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 38.
1st and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line.
The Terrapins come out in a 34 defense. They'll go with a run once again. Hill tackles him at the 42. Finch gets about 4 yards on the play. They line up at the 42.
Ball on the
2nd and 6 coming up here. Maryland going with a 3-man front. Throws it. He snags it. So the only man between him and the end zone makes the tackle. Unless we see some sort of miracle, this one's pretty much over. Heading to the 4th. Our score, Maryland 59, Troy 24. We've got a 1st and 10.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
The Troy Trojans line up with a single set backfield. Barrow tackles him for a loss on the play. Drop back a yard. Second down.
11. Ball on the 43-yard line.
The Troy Trojans line up with 4 wideouts. Flips it. Has it to the senior. Causey with the tackle at the 40. And the completion nets some very little yardage. Coach, what's up with that play?
I'll tell you, those defenders crashed in and got him in a hurry. No chance to get anything there.
3rd and 8. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Smith with 4 wide receivers. Looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. And he's got him again. With that pass, they pick up another 1st down.
And, Coach, you can feel the momentum building with each 1st down in this drive.
Yep, this offense is in pretty good rhythm right now.
First and 10. And this is the 8th play of the drive. The Troy Trojans come out in a shotgun. They'll throw on 1st down. Catches it. Mark with a takedown at the 20. The tight end with a nice catch there. And we take a quick look at the stats from within the red zone, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters most. Troy comes to the line with 3 wide. Ortiz with the tackle at the 19-yard line. Pickup of less than a yard on the play.
Gain on the play.
So another third down upcoming for the offense.
19-yard line.
Troy lines up in a goal line set. Against the run. Dowdell tackles him behind the line for a loss on the play.
3-yard
Not a very
loss
successful
on the
run
play.
that time, Coach.
Did you see his explosion off the defensive line? Woohoo! It seemed like he was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
He just timed the snap count there and really made a nice play.
4th and 3.
So they're going to go for it here. Fitch is the single setback. It's the tailback.
And they stopped him again, Coach. This defense hasn't let up at all with the score the way it is.
No way. This defense takes pride in what they do out there. They don't care how much they're winning by. They're just trying to keep the other guys out of the end zone.
It's 1st and 10.
Will
Ball at the
start the
20-yard
drive
line.
at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
They're in the eye. He drops back. Looks. Steps up in the pocket. Deep pass down the right side. It's deflected. The safety comes up with a nice play.
Nice job with the safety here, sitting back and playing center field, and then seeing the ball and coming up and simply batting the ball away.
It's 2nd down. Maryland sets up in the eye. Drops back to pass. He steps up. He unloads it. Caught. They'll bring him down at the 25-yard line. That was a good completion there.
Yeah, I really liked the good, clean routes they ran on that play.
3rd
From
and
their own
5.
25-yard
Ball
line.
on the
3rd down.
25-yard line.
The Terps go with the I formation. Hicks drops to throw. Stepping up. He's shaking back. He decides to run with it. Brought down at the 33. A big gain on that quarterback scramble.
Boy, defensive breakdown here. Good defense. They had everybody covered, but they left the quarterback with a lot of running room.
The key word is but. Good defense, but you got to keep your eye on that
1st
kid.
and 10.
From their
Ball
own
on the
33-yard line.
line.
1st down. They'll work from the shotgun. Hicks has to pass. Draw play. He lost the ball. Defense says they've got it, and they do. Well, it looks like they have another chance now with that fumble recovery.
I don't know how much of a chance that is. They're getting blown out.
We'll see. I've seen stranger things happen in a football game.
Excellent field position to start the drive. Smith is back in the gun. Over the middle. That's incomplete. That would have been a tough catch for the wide receiver. It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 35-yard line. Troy goes with the A-set here. And he's tackled at the 32.
26
Fitch
on the carry.
gets 3 yards on the play.
3-yard gain on the play.
Third and 7 coming up here.
Ball on the 32-yard line.
Hall, the lone back, steps up in the pocket, throws it out there, loses the football, and down he goes at the 31-yard line. Wow, the receiver had a big play on his mind, and he forgot about securing the football.
I always told my receivers to look the ball in, tuck it away, and then get upfield. It looks like he skipped step 2. I didn't see the part where he was supposed to tuck it away.
I'm sure he'll hear all about that in practice from his coaches and teammates. This group of receivers is a competitive bunch. They don't let each other get away with mistakes like that. Lucky for him, the offense recovered at that time.
Nice little pitch and catch with a wideout.
The quarterback and receiver spend a lot of time together. The coaches say they stay after practice just working on their timing, and right there it paid off.
Have a look at our Old Spice red zone numbers. Red zone, when performance matters most. He breaks it. Johnson brings him down at the 13. They line up at the 13.
Ball on the
It's 2nd and 4. Maryland comes out in a 3-4. Might have been some early movement up front.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still
He just
second down.
flinched.
Brad, one of the most frustrating penalties is a false start because they are the easiest penalties to avoid. It just takes some focus.
From the
Ball on
18-yard line.
18-yard line.
2nd down and 9 to go. Smith back to throw. He throws. Complete. Taken back 3
26
yards.
Makes the reception. 3-yard loss on the play. Third
They'll
and
line it up
12.
again on 3rd down. And on 3rd and long, watch out. This quarterback's looking to keep the drive alive. Smith set to go to the air. He looks, and he's level at the 23.
They came with the pressure that time. That was a relentless blitz by the defense.
I think there were more rushers than blockers coming at that time.
Yep, the quarterback didn't have any time to find the open man.
Looks like they've decided to go for it here.
On the 23-yard line.
This defense is in the dime. Moves up in the pocket. He gets rid of it, and it's the senior.
No choice there but to go for it, Coach.
I tell you, even though this one is basically over, this defense isn't going to let up or relax at all. I like to see that from a team. It shows good discipline.
They'll go to work at the
Will
16-yard
start the
line.
drive at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10.
Going with the shotgun here. Woods gets in the backfield for a loss. We've got a 2nd and long.
2nd and long. Ball on the 10-yard line.
The defense comes out with 5 defensive backs this time. Looking to throw. Throwing left. It falls incomplete. Biggers was the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 3rd down. It's 3rd down and a long way to go.
Ball on the 10-yard line.
Nickel defense. Hicks drops back to pass. Sheds one tackler. He's taken off. There's a very impressive open field tackle. 7-yard pickup on the scramble by the quarterback.
Fourth and 9.
Looks like they're going to
Ball
punt it
on the
away here.
17-yard line.
Brewer awaits the snap. He gets it away. Rivera fields it at the 50. And now we'll see the offense come out of the field for their next possession. And they'll look to capitalize on the good field position here. 3-man front defensively. Back to Pat. He throws right. This one is incomplete. Nancy was the intended target on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down. Second down, 10 yards to go.
Ball on the
Ball on the
45-yard
45.
line.
Smith has trips to the right. Smith goes with the play fake. He throws it. He's hit and taken down. Kirk, what do you have for us?
Well, that catch put the receiver over 100 yards. He's been one of the quarterback's favorite targets all game long.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 32-yard line.
Ball on the 32-yard line.
Smith back to pass. Looks, throws it deep downfield. The ball is tipped, so he throws it right at the safety there.
Yeah, he was lucky that one wasn't picked off. Excellent job by the defender, that time preventing a score.
Second down and 10 to go. Troy comes to the line with 3 wide. Smith drops back, steps up, he throws left, finds his receiver. He's all the way, touchdown! And that's the second time today these guys have been able to hook up for the score.
Boy, he really looks comfortable in that end zone, doesn't he?
So the kicker's on the field to attempt the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. He kicks it. Biggers from his own end zone.
Well, moving the football hasn't been a problem all game.
Yeah, but this one's in the books, Coach. I expect him to run the ball, kill the clock, and put this one in the books.
Here's a look at the offensive production statistics brought to you by Coca-Cola. Hicks lines up with 4 wideouts. Inside give. Tackle at the 27-yard line. 4, maybe 5 yards on the run. We've got a 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
Here's the give. A little juke. And he's tackled at the 30-yard line. The fullback picks up about 3 yards on that carry. Third and 2 coming up here. Ball on the 30.
On the 30-yard line.
The Terps set up in the gun. Johnson tackles him behind the line for a loss on the play. They'll drop him for a short loss there.
Fourth and 3.
Maryland
Ball
ready to put this one away.
29-yard line.
Rivera is back to receive. He punts it. Rivera fields it at the 38. And he's level at the 38. Passing wasn't much of a problem the last time this offense had the ball, as they were able to get it in for 6. They'll set up shop at the 38-yard line.
First and 10.
The Troy Trojans line up in an I formation, and it's caught. He's pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Looks like someone was called for holding.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first
These are the
down.
calls that drive a coach crazy. Senseless penalties can sometimes be the difference between winning and losing the game.
It's first down.
Ball
Troy sets up in the eye.
line.
He's taken down at the 30-yard line.
26
Fitch
with the
gains
carry.
about 2 yards on
Gain
the
of
run.
2 on the play. Second
From their
and
own
long.
30-yard line. Second down. Troy comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Smith back to throw. He steps up, catches it, and down he goes at the 40-yard line. The quarterback has now passed for over 400 yards with that last completion.
The guy has done a great job moving the sticks all day long. He's a really good player.
Third and
From their
8.
own 40-yard line. Third down. Maryland lines up with 5 defensive backs. Smith steps back to pass. The ball is tipped. Picked off from the deflection. Tackle made at the 22. And they come up with another turnover.
Now, the defense is playing very opportunistic out there today. That was their 3rd interception of the game.
They'll
Good
take
field
over
position
at the
here.
22-yard
They'll start
line.
this drive
First
inside
and
their
10.
opponent's territory. Rodgers gets the ball. Tackle at the 21-yard line. Rodgers picks up a yard on the play. From the 21-yard line.
Ball on the
Second down and 9 to
21-yard
go.
line.
They line up in an eye. There's the play fake. He's looking for his man. The big guy with room to run. Paper with the tackle at the 9-yard line. Pretty good gain right there.
You know, the thing that impresses me about this offense is their ability to spread the ball around. They're not afraid to go to their tight ends, their tailbacks, and in this case, their fullback. Nicely designed play.
The pressure turns up when in the red zone, and that's when you turn to Old Spice red zone, when performance matters most. One man backfield. Gets the ball. No, they faked it. Picked off in the end zone. Nice interception and an even nicer vertical.
Oh, yeah, this guy's an athlete. There's no throwing it over this guy's head. He'll go up and get it.
Well, according to him, he threw down a dunk in the high school basketball game. And it was the play of the week on all local news stations.
You know what's funny? I didn't get that in any of my notes, but you know what? I'll take your word for it.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on their own 20. Troy comes out with an I formation. Breaks one, and he's tackled at the 23-yard line.
26
Fitch
on the run.
gains around 3 yards on the
gain
run.
on the play.
Second down.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
3-man front defensively. And they make the stop at the 24-yard line.
26 with
And he
the
gets a
carry.
yard on the
1
run.
yard gain on the play.
Now it's 3rd and 6 coming up. Ball on their own 24.
24-yard line.
Smith is back in the gun. Smith drops back to pass. He passes it. He's got the fullback. Campanella brings him down at the 37-yard line.
That's a first down right there.
Yeah, if I was the defense, I think I would man up on these guys next time.
This quarterback is very good at recognizing zone coverage and then finding the open receiver.
First and 10. Troy in a 4-wide set. He throws it. Ball. The defender had it and then dropped it.
That's just a great defensive play.
It won't look like much in the stat book, but that's getting the job done.
From their own 37-yard line.
On the
It's second down and 10 to go. The Troy Trojans come out in the shotgun. Smith set to go to the air. Caught. And he tackles him hard at the 44-yard line. He ran a good-looking route and picked up positive yardage.
That he did, and he made a good catch. That short passing game is where you see all those hours in the summer that you put in pay off.
So another third down upcoming for the offense. They're in the eye. Smith with a nice play fake. Looks. Smith throws it out there. This one will fall incomplete.
That's a fantastic defensive effort.
Yeah, the deflection prevented them from getting any yards, and now it's fourth down.
4th and 3. It's fourth down, and the punt team lines up. Biggers, the return man. He gets it away. Biggers fields at the 22. Just couldn't break free on that one.
Now, Brad, he didn't have a lot of open field to run, but he did a nice job of making something out of nothing.
They'll get the ball here at the 28-yard line.
Drive at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10.
Hicks with 4 wide receivers. They hand it off. And he's taken down at the 41.
And remember one thing that this coach said. They will force it down this defense's throat until they prove that they can stop it.
Here's a look at the offensive production statistics, brought to you by Coke. Hands off. Johnson tackles him at the 43-yard line. 2-yard carry by the fullback. Second down, 8 yards to go.
On the 43-yard line.
The Terps line up in a goal line formation. With a takedown at the 47. The fullback gains about 4 yards there. Third down and 4 coming up on this one. All of their own 47. The offense lines up with 3 wide receivers. He drops back. And he is drilled at the 43. Troy will take a timeout. That's their first of the half. The punter comes on the field, getting ready to send one off. Rivera is back deep to return. Punts the ball away. Rivera takes it to 25. The offense comes back on the field, hoping to build off their last drive.
It's all about execution, my friends. We saw them move the football, but they were unable to move it when it mattered most.
But Lee, I think you have to give credit to this defense. They tightened up when they had to, and they're going to have to do the same here.
This drive will start at the 29-yard line. Defense lines up in a 3-4. Smith drops back on first down. Steps up in the pocket. He lets it go. And that one's incomplete.
Dangerous, dangerous throw there.
Give credit to the defense. They did a good job out there. This quarterback thought his man would be open, and boy, he was wrong.
from their own 29-yard line.
On the 29-yard
so it's 2nd and 10. Maryland lines up defensively in a 3-4. Throws it to the outside. Complete. He's tackled at the 42.
The defense was coming with heat on that play.
Yeah, but the offensive line did a good job of picking up their assignments, and that gave the quarterback enough time to throw a nice pass to pick up the first down.
They're going to flag the celebration there.
Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. 15-yard penalty. First
Troy
down.
will take a timeout. That's their second of the half. Congratulations to our Coca-Cola players of the game. These guys were playing on a very high level today. Looking to throw. Here comes the pressure. Smith gets taken down for the sack. Second and long.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
Troy comes out with an I formation. Smith hands it off. Campanella with the tackle at the 26-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 yards. It's third and long. Maryland brings in their nickel package, lets it fly, and they couldn't hook up on that one. You got a lot of jersey on that play. Not too much argument about this call.
Holding on the offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Fourth and long.
Looks like they're going to punt it away here. Aston is waiting for the snap. He gets it off. Biggers takes it at the 43. They're just about ready to get this drive started. Their last series had some promise, but it ended with a punt. They'll start the drive at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10.
We should just see the quarterback take a knee right here, winding down the rest of this clock. He'll go down to one knee. And this blowout is finally over. Coach, what's your final thought on the game?
I can't say enough about this performance. Maryland played an excellent game out there, dominating on both sides of the ball. They've got to feel pretty good after blowing out a team like this.
Folks, that's going to do it for this edition of NCAA Football 2007. Again, our final score, Maryland 59, Troy 31. This is Brad Nessler with Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso. We thank you for playing, and we'll see you next time.